choice.
Lally ho, friends, and welcome to episode 17 of Kupo Quest. You may notice we're down a player, but that's only temporary. They're just running a little late, and Nozak will be joining us very shortly before the night's out, for sure. So, we have a big night ahead of us, because we have a ball to go to. So, quick recap of where we are right now, and what we're getting into. So, last time, the group finally managed to take down the pack of corals that had infiltrated the outskirts of Lindblom, saving all of the refugees that were camped there, and Grunthor, who had been taken away on the back of one. But they did manage to get that under control, and they got their payday. Yep, the name of last episode, to which they took over to Lomot's magical items and bought a plethora of different magical items for their journeys ahead. In the meantime, though, they did have a very early morning visitor from one Tataru, the esteemed super seamstress of the Empire, who took all of their measurements because they're being provided with a very nice, fancy ball-going attire for tonight's festivities. She was a little short with them, also a little short because she's a Lalafell, but as she basically had 24 hours to make all of these clothes, she had to measure all four of our friends here, or the three of them and Nozak, Firion, Sara, and then Beryl got invited as well last minute by Nozak. And so she had her work cut out for her, but she managed to take everybody's measurements and go. Towards the end of the episode, Ava finally decided to let Grunthor know that he had a bounty on his head. So that was kind of nice of him. And the group had just a little bit of a moment to kind of talk about, what their plans were. And they did get the plate armor that Grunthor had commissioned from the forge. Little bit of a spat between Nozak and one of the employees, because the employee just kind of offhandedly mentioned there was some kind of explosion in the forge. Nozak lost it, fired him, and the guy threatened to sue and said, "You'll be hearing from my lawyer." To which I have promised will at some point come back up as random as possible in the future. So, with that, our heroes here retired back to the Holy Way estate for the evening. Was there anything the evening before the ball that you all wanted to do? At this point, it would be night by the time you got everything from the forge, had your conversation, and were heading back. Just wanted to see if there was anything the night before that you wanted to do before we got into the festivities.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Did we do anything with the sword yet? Or no, not yet?
Nozak will be working on that. He'll be finishing that up tonight. So he was going to finish that one up once he got back to his workshop in the house. He should have it by morning. He promised.
I am going to be approaching Kamari to ask his opinions on what's a ball like. Am I expected to dance? I don't know how to dance.
As you kind of come back, Kamari he's kind of lounging back on the couch, and when you ask him this, his eyebrow just kind of goes up. You know dance? Everyone dance. It's easy. You hear music, you move feet.
Yeah, when I do that, bodies drop. That's the type of dancing I know.
I teach, if you like.
Hold on. I'm going to go fill a glass of something and chug
Take
it.
a shot. Kamari gets up off the couch, kind of like stretches, starts doing these like dancer stretches and stuff. You see him put his leg up on the couch and start stretching it out. Been a while since I danced, but I think I remember. You want to lead or follow?
Well, follow first.
Yeah, I just mean by end of training. What dance style you like?
I don't know what's going to be at the ball tomorrow.
We'll figure out. Let's go. And he'll take you, and he takes Grunthor, you and him kind of go upstairs. He takes you into the room that they had set aside for him. He actually hasn't been using it, because for the most part, You and him, I believe, have just been kind of crashing in the hallway drunk every night. So you'll see when you get into his room, it's bare. He has actually already kind of pushed things aside. It looks like there was a bed in there that he either removed or had Beryl or Nozak or somebody remove. And there's really the only thing in there that he has put down is just like a bedroll. As though even if he did stay in here, he would probably be sleeping on the ground. So there's all sorts of room. So here's what I'm going to ask from you. You can give me a performance check with advantage because he is helping and guiding and trying to teach you how to do this.
I need y'all to know this is everything I wanted from this campaign.
This is the time Grunther is going to roll one.
Oh,
18. So there's something about the steps that seem almost familiar to you. It's kind of weird, though. You don't remember having danced, but there's a lot of things you don't remember. But there's something about the way that he moves your body and the way that he starts to guide you. And after a while, things just kind of start coming back. He comments, actually, like, "You natural. This, you sure you not danced before?"
I may have. I do not remember. But it feels very familiar.
You're good. Very good. Then
Thank you.
He twirls you around. He like grabs your hand really quick and just kind of gives you a twirl unexpectedly. But yeah, it's actually going really well. Your confidence about whether or not you're going to be able to not make a fool of yourself at this thing, you're feeling a lot better about it.
Thank you.
As that goes on for a little bit, those of you that are still downstairs, you can hear every now and then just like a clunk or a bang as one or two of them, just as they're still trying to get their rhythm banging into something. What are you two doing?
Izzy looks up and then he looks at Ava and just says, "Oh, I think you were right. It would happen sooner than you thought. I thought they would go on a few dates first." And then you see he just hands Ava 2 gold.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I want to know if the players have been having that conversation back and forth.
So Firion, I got to know. Is he here? I'm gonna look around. Is Firion here?
Yeah, Firion's here. Sara has already retired for the night. She's upstairs. Firion it looks like he's already kind of ready for bed, but is downstairs just kind of piddling around getting something to drink. Yeah, well, sorry, what's up?
I know tomorrow's about, like, dancing and shit, but do people gamble tomorrow by any chance?
Well, I don't know.
Fuck.
Typically,
You don't know. Have you never been to a ball?
I've been to a ball, but I wasn't exactly gambling. I mean, it's not like...
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I had, appearances to keep up, and, usually in people in my position, it's go here, do this, say that. Not a lot of sneak off and piss your money away.
That's fair.
You could probably find a game, but the gambling, there are some stuff going on at the theater district. That's where most of the gambling is, and it's legal there. But if that's what you're looking for.
All right, yeah, I just wasn't sure if there was any sanctioned tournament or anything that was going on, since there's a bunch of rich snobby people.
Well, typically not at this kind of event. Keep in mind, this was originally my grandmother's 70th birthday. So
that's a good point.
Last minute retheming, but I don't think that you're going to find anything that I don't want to say shady, because it's not the right word, but this will be more of a, I think, view it as a wedding reception.
Oh, all right. Respectfully.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I kind of signed up for this.
I didn't plan it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it could suck. But
if it does suck, would you be offended if I left early?
Probably not, no.
All right, cool.
To be honest, I'll probably have to be shaking hands and talking to people and answering questions to where I've been. So I may not even notice if you slip out. Besides, you're quite quiet.
That's true, I am. All right, well, thanks. I just figured.
Can I ask a favor?
Sure.
can you keep your... Look,
I won't steal.
Oh, okay. That's all I was asking.
Yeah, no problem.
He gets a glass, and he's got 2 glasses now, just with water. And he kind of gives you this expectant look, just kind of waiting to see if you have anything else. But you can tell he's got his mind upstairs.
Thank you, Firion. That's that. Thanks.
Of course. I really hope that you all have a good time tomorrow.
Me too.
Then he kind of just awkwardly walks away and heads up the stairs. Nozak, by the way, as soon as you all got home, went downstairs into his workshop, and you can hear the occasional curse and just clanging of as he's working on the sword for Grunthor. Izzy, any last-minute preparations before bed?
No, I think he plans out how he's going to have to go about making his spell scrolls and makes a list of the things he's got to buy. I say as I'm looking at the page, but other than that, he doesn't have anything particularly planned.
All right. With that, everyone can go ahead and take their long rest. The Holy Way Estate's relatively well secure, so you don't have to worry about anything. So you all can take your long rest. But only barely, because at around 5 the next morning, you hear a very familiar knocking on the door. Nozak, who you would expect to get it, has not come up from downstairs. And the knocking continues and continues, and Beryl doesn't seem to be answering it either. Let's see.
Fine. I'll get it. I've been up for a few hours anyways.
Oh, yeah, you probably would hear this because you have been awake. As you open the door, Tataru just bursts past you, and you see that she's clinging just this one little bag, like a purse, over her shoulder, as she just kind of busts in. Hello, good morning. Are you the first one that wants to try your fitting on?
Sure, I guess I'm right here.
Okay, perfect. She seems wired. She's not being as pushy and rude, but she's got this kind of crazy look in her eye, and her hair is completely like messed up. It looks like she hasn't slept in 24 hours. She's jittering a little bit, like she's jacked up on caffeine or something. She goes, okay, and she puts.
Once she gets home, she is crashing.
Oh yeah. So she puts this tiny purse just kind of down on the table, and she opens it up, and then she just kind of starts digging around in it. She goes, okay, let's see, you were this one. And then she reaches down, and her hand, as it goes into the bag, kind of goes down all the way to her shoulder, and you see her pull out this garment that immediately kind of catches your eye as, ooh, very interesting. And she just tosses it to you. She goes, okay, I know the ball's not till tonight, but I figured we should get a jump on it in case there's any altercations that I needed to make, because I'm sorry, what was I saying?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, can you get the others?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just going to start. The outfits are here! Everybody wake the fuck up!
Beating on the door. Firion and Sara both kind of come out, rubbing their eyes like, what time is it?
It's outfit time.
Oh, God. As Sara and Firion kind of make their way downstairs, one by one, they all take their outfits and go back up. So, who is trying theirs on first? Because the way that I would like to do this, we're going to try them on, and then we're going to do a little fashion show. Okay? I should have found fashion show music. I am the worst DA.
Play what is it? The catwalk song.
I wish I don't know if I can.
Yeah, it's probably
we could play the smooth jazz. Do you want to play the smooth jazz? Let's do it. Let's play some smooth jazz. All right.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Why not? So I'd like everybody just taking turns here. Just describe like what outfit you were. So Tataru has a very, very particular talent in that she designs these clothes exactly like you would design them, you would think. So I want to hear. This is a little too smooth, I think. I don't know if it fits, but we're rolling with it. Grunthor, did you want to go first?
Sure.
All right, let's hear it.
So Grunt, I'm scrolling back. So it looks like a very formal military uniform. Black, high polished, heavy leather boots and belt. The pants and shirt are navy blue with gold filigreeing, and a medal here hanging off his neck is a symbol of Cornelia. He has on a navy blue greatcoat, also with a gold filigree, high collar, long tail, and a highly polished scabbard sits on his left hip with a clips in it. He's wearing white heavy leather gloves with gold piping from the knuckles down to the back up to the wrist, with a navy blue palms. And he has a hat with a black polished visor, gold filigreeing. Basically, it kind of looks like, if anyone's seen the movie Hellboy, it's basically Carl Cronin, the assassin. That kind of look, but obviously not Nazism or anything like that.
And it's not black.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you kind of come out, Sara goes, those are the colors of Cornelia. And Tatara goes, yeah, I figured he looked like, I thought he was, you're like, I don't know, did I do something wrong? And she's like, no, I love it. And Tatara goes, oh, good. Well, I think you look dashing. Next. She just kind of waves you to the side, just kind of unceremoniously. Who's next?
Oh, I don't know.
Ava
Fish.
will come out of the dressing room, and his hair will not be in a ponytail on her bun. It'll be free-flowing. He'll have a black and purple head wrap, keeping his hair somewhat orderly. He has a long white-sleeved undershirt, and on the cufflinks, one is to the water icon, and one is to the earth icon. He has a smoky black vest on, with some white specks that kind of look like tiny polka dots at first, but when you look at it a little bit harder, it's the star patterns above the Chocobo forest, with some soft purple, like auroras, like Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights, kind of hinted into the vest. Black dress pants that are same color to the vest, and a soft purple suit jacket that's the same purple color as the auroras. On the lapel pins of the suit jacket, the one on the left will be the air icon. It's the same hand that Garuda left her mark on, or the same side. And on the right will be the fire icon. He's got a black bow tie, and he has snow white loafers. And he has 3 rings on. One is of a corvid family sitting in a tree, crows. One is of an owl, perching on a barn, and then on his pointer finger over here is just kind of a simple ring with all the moon cycles.
Tatara looks you up and down. Yeah, you kind of gave off like a elementally vibe. I don't know. I have a knack for these things. I can kind of see auras, and you just have that. I don't know. It's
Sarah's the DM.
And Tatara just goes, this might be my favorite one. All right, it looks like we have a 4th player that has just joined the fray. Welcome, Nozak. You're just in time for the
For the fashion show. Yes, I've been watching along on Twitch, so I've seen the whole thing.
I will not make you go next. So sorry, Ace. But at this point, Nozak does come back up, and he also looks kind of crazy, like he's been up most of the night. When Tataru sees you, she just rushes over and shoves something into your hand and then just starts patting you, kind of pushing you back down. Go get changed! You're running late!
Woman!
She slams the door and then turns around and says, okay, next please. Izzy, you're up.
Oh, yeah, sure. So, Izzy is wearing those white dress shirts, the ones that come with the white little neck things, the little fancy neckties that are like made out of lace or whatever. He's wearing like a longer vest over it. He's wearing pants that have the little buttons on the front, the 4 little buttons on the front. And over his shoulder, he has a very long, what looks like a cape, and his entire color scheme is like a base of blue with silver accents. And you see that he's not wearing his hat, and his hair is tied back like it normally is. But flying down from his room, you see Owl Nubis, who looks the exact same, except they're wearing a blue and silver ribbon around their neck.
That's exciting to me.
Also, just in case you guys need reference.
Wow.
Yep. But that's it. It's actually relatively simple. He's not wearing jewelry. However, you do see his orb that you don't cast spells from. It's in its much smaller size, like that can fit in the palm of his hand. It's just in his pocket.
Okay. Beautiful. At this point, Tataru is kind of patiently, not really, waiting for Nozak to come back up. She walks over, and the others are upstairs getting dressed, but she walks over and starts kind of just stomping on the ground where, that for those of you that are familiar with like Final Fantasy 14, that little stomp that the Lalafell always do, she's kind of doing that on top of the little hatch in the floor. And Nozak, from upstairs, you could just hear the little pitter patter trying to get your attention.
I'm gonna slide one of the little things over and shoot it with a water pistol. No, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, I'm going to press the button. And the floor is going to slide. Is she still on it? Because I wanted to make her make an acrobatics check so she falls over.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, she tumbles forward. Got a 3 on that. As it starts to move, she kind of just leaps off and just very unceremoniously just oof onto the ground. She pushes herself up. Well, are you ready?
Yes, well, you would have known that was there. And as Nozak begins to walk up, the first thing everybody sees is the tip of a pointed, I'm going to call it like a pointed, kind of a quartzy coloured white. So it's not completely white, it's like an off-white tip of a hat. And as I step forward, it is quite short, but it has a lavender sash kind of around the middle of the thing. So kind of like a traditional black mage hat. Except it's white with a purple with the lavender sash. As he walks up as well, you see quite a grandiose, like white cape looking thing that comes down, and there's like little accents of metal and gold and some blues, which has like a coat on the top which leads to a train at the back that cuts just before the feet. But the thing that kind of makes it is the colors at the front. Even on the photo, they're like purple and blue. They're the red and black color of the Empire. But I do have a little Cornelian symbol also put in the middle of the belt, where that is there to try and show the allegiance between both sides. Okay. And instead of his little rapier for the red mage thing, he has a little mace thing, which is very similar to the weapon that I showed, which has got like that kind of not raven-like, but like bird-like wings, and the little thing attached to the back of him. Nozak is extra as fuck.
Tataru just is looking you up and down. I did good. This is good. More, please. She just kind of starts like clapping hurriedly up the stairs. The first person to walk down is Firion. His is very plain, very, not plain as in looks bad, but he's wearing what is a traditional tuxedo. It seems like she's modeled it more after somebody, you know, that's getting married. She goes, I kind of wanted to stick with the husband and wife theme since this is, I guess, kind of a reception. I'm not really sure. They keep changing the theme on me, so I'm not really sure what exactly it is, but I was kind of told it was to celebrate. Anyway, and then she kind of just trails off.
Totaro has been going through it.
Yes.
I said it in a Twitch channel, like, Tundra has had just a little bit of cat before getting here.
Yeah, she hasn't slept all night. She's like a little tipsy.
Had a little bit of goey.
And so he comes down. He looks very, very handsome, though. Definitely, there is an air of royalty to him. And he's also wearing, in the tie, has stripes of the red and black of the Empire, as well as just a very, you know, those little tie clips or tie pins or whatever. That is the symbol of the Empire. And as he kind of walks down, you see he feels... He seems as though he feels both a little uncomfortable, but also more back in his element, as the two sides within him are kind of like conflicted about, you know, going through these motions and at the same time being back to what feels familiar. Kamari, on the other hand, comes down and his is very minimal. He has, for the most part, bare-chested, but he does have what is a very nice, looks to be maybe silk sash that kind of runs across his chest. This is also the blues and golds of Cornelia, as it just kind of makes its way around. He also is not really wearing pants, but I guess, what are they called? Like the ones that come down almost all the way. What are those? Like, I don't remember what they're called. But they come down a little bit past the knees. And also just very, very simple. Very simple. Totaro goes, yeah, you look like someone who wanted a little bit more room to move around, and I just didn't really want to keep you contained up, because she just kind of like reaches up and grabs his muscle and squeezes a little bit. I didn't think I could actually get anything over. Anyway, next. This is my favorite one. Eventually, Sara comes down the hall and then down the stairs, and she is wearing what is very reminiscent, not quite a wedding dress, but very reminiscent of that. It's very form-fitting, all the way down until towards the bottom where it kind of comes out. Very white with jewels kind of all through the top that kind of runs along the sides and over her shoulders. She has a tiara in her hair. She looks absolutely queenly. For the first time, you're seeing the queen that would be presented if she had probably come up in more traditional circumstances. But it does still have that air of a bride, of the white gown, the white dress. The slippers she's wearing also seem to be, you know, if you didn't know any better, they look like glass, as they're very fitted almost exactly to her shoe, very Cinderella-esque. Very to her foot. Absolutely stunning. As she comes down and she goes, how do I look?
You look incredible.
Really?
That's to be expected.
My jaw's like...
Nozak miles away just like throws off his jaw.
Totaro, these are amazing. I can't thank you enough. And she kind of waves her hand. Oh, no, it's no trouble at all. Trust me, I had a great time doing it. Wait, what did you say? And
Totaro, I think you need to go to sleep.
I'm fine. I promise. This is what I do. It's fine. I'm fine.
She's got a level 5 exhaustion, doesn't she?
I'm fine. Does anyone know where I live?
Oh no. That oh no is in character, by the way.
Nozak, do you know where she lives?
Beryl probably knows.
Oh yes, his. Where is he, by the way?
I mean, he doesn't live here. I mean, we have quarters for him, but he doesn't live here. He has his own, home and family.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wait, Beryl doesn't live here?
What? No. Did you think he lived here?
Yeah, why not?
I kind of assumed he was a pay-by-hour worker who just went home every day.
Beryl has a family. Beryl has kids. Like,
oh shit!
I just,
wow.
I just gave him a job. He needed work. He needed help. So I made a job for him. And to be honest, we didn't really need him, but he needed the work.
Yeah, that's why I kind of thought he had nobody else, and so like you were just like, oh, poor Daryl. All right, yeah, you can come and live and work. I kind of thought it was that.
Well, like, I tried him.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy for him. Whew.
I tried him in the forge, but I mean, you can see Beryl. He's not really.
All right, yeah, Tataru.
Yeah,
you can.
Can I just leave his here with you?
Yeah, sure. Just put it over on the couch.
She
to the side over there.
Hops back in and puts her hand down, and she's kind of rummaging around in this bag. Eventually, she pulls it out and opens it wider, and just hops up on your coffee table and just kind of goes head first in until all you can see are her little feet just kind of dangling out like this. And then you hear she finally pulls out, and she's pulled out. It's not quite as tuxedo-y, very nice as Firion's, but it's more of just like a standard suit. As she kind of lays it out on the couch. Okay, I think that's everybody. I'm gonna go home, and
sleep.
I'm gonna go home. Sleep. That's the thing. Yes. Okay. Bye. And she just kind of goes and slams the door.
Okay.
At this point, it's probably still just like I'd say this probably took maybe an hour and a half. So it's still very early.
It's 6 a.m.
At this point, you hear a voice behind you. And you turn, and Luca's just kind of standing at the foot of the stairs. And he's rubbing his eyes. He's like, why the fuck are you all dressed up?
The ball is today, Luca.
It's 7.
It's 6.
It's called getting old, Luca. Don't do it. It sucks.
Oh my god, can you keep it down?
No, wait. Yeah, sure. Alright.
He starts to turn around, and he stops, and he looks back. And he looks at you, Ava, and he goes, "You look good, though. I mean, y'all look fine, but
thank you.
Damn.
Thank you.
Now shut up." And then he just kind of goes back up the stairs.
Oh, all right.
And you hear a slam of the door.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Nozak.
Yes.
At this point.
Oh, first of all, sorry. I'm giving 2 gil to Ava because I heard the dancing, and I'm like, I owe you this. From Mari and Grunthor.
Nozak, at this point, you remember. It took a while, but at some point in the middle of the night.
Oh, the sword.
Yeah, at some point in the middle of the night, whatever the device you bought, just when you were about to give up, finally clicked into place, and the pathways of what you were working on seemed to kind of line up. And you were able to effectively not only complete the addition of the materia slot into Grunthor's sword, but insert the weapon as well. Or sorry, insert the materia as well into the weapon.
Oh, yeah.
So, you do have that down in your shop.
Oh. Grunthor, almost forgot with all of the, with, yeah. I finished. I've finished your sword. I got it sorted. Yeah, so, let me go and grab that. Also, Sarah, don't walk away just yet. I have something for you. And Nozak's going to run down into his little workshop. He's going to take the hat off because that is a nuisance to wear in a tiny space. And as he comes up, he's going to have a little box, a little lockbox thingy in one hand. And he's just going to be kind of slowly lifting the sword because it's like a proper size one. He's slowly lifting it up. Be like, can you take that? It's quite heavy. And it's also 3 times my size. Today, thank you, Gunther. You just see his arm just oh god. Okay, yes. Okay, that's done. It's got the materia in there. So.
What does it do?
Wolf will tell you. And I'm gonna walk over to Sarah, and I'll be like, okay, so I've officiated a lot of weddings here, but this is the first time where I'm actually part of the party. In a sense, and I think if I remember correctly, this is a thing that we used to do back home, and he's going to open the lockbox, and there's going to be a little bit of a loose ribbon that's kind of like a little bit of a like lavender color, same as the sash around the base of his hat. And what he's going to do is he's going to just tie the little ribbon around her pointed finger on her right hand. And so be like, okay, this is, it's probably weird because it's like, you know, down here, but back home in the lunar colonies, we used to do this for the other Loperates who would get married. It showed not necessarily like, you know, the purity and all that, you know, bullshit, but it showed that this person was to be married today and to be given the utmost respect. So yeah, it was something that we used to do back home. So I thought it'd be plus something old. I mean, it's almost 1,000 years old. True. Something old.
And if I give it back, it's borrowed.
There you go.
And then she looks.
I mean, you got a new man.
Looks over
no, I'm not saying that.
She looks over at Grunthor, kind of decked out. My something blue. And new borrowed blue. New, right?
Something new, something old, something borrowed, something blue.
And then she looks around and my new friends and advisors. I think we've got it covered. I was like, this is lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Grunthor, as you're examining the blade itself looks about the same, with a small exception. Right above kind of the hilt, at the base of the blade, there has been one small, it's the size of the materia, a hole that has kind of been drilled through. But it's not just a hole. There's connection points that kind of go from the hole out, that, and you can tell that they are artifice. They are lines that help channel the magic of the materia. Inside that, there sits the red materia that you've seen that's just kind of glowing. As you look at it, you can almost see the flames kind of dancing within it as the red kind of just swirls around. Along the like sharpened edge of the blade too, it almost looks like it's been burned a little bit, and there's just tiny etchings of what looks to be flames kind of coming off. This weapon now counts as a magical weapon, for as far as, you know, avoiding the resistances and stuff. And when you attack with it, it does an additional 1d6 fire damage.
Let's go.
So
A1.
So
shit, that's huge.
So the 1d6 fire, and it's now a magical weapon. Now,
I'm good.
Mundane weapons like this can only add one materia slot. Okay, now you can swap out that materia if you'd like for something else. But in the future, magical weapons, depending on their rarity, can have more than one slot added. But mundane standard weapons are one. There's more. You also now, as you're holding it, the channeled magic of the materia you can feel channeling into you. You now have access to the fire cantrip. So that is Firebolt. So you have access to that as well now.
Let's go.
Cool.
So
Ooh.
now I say to those who
There's
just
magic.
blew off my materia stand, that was dumb.
We'll be back.
Well,
Now that we know what we
to
can
be-
do, we'll be back.
to be fair, it's the two people who need it the least.
It's fair. fair.
I may need you to make a item for
I
me to
will.
put
I
in.
don't have it, but I will do that. So, you know, for
Is there not
tonight,
like a
if
flame tongue?
it's Flame Tongue, but Flame Tongue does 2d6 instead of 1d6. The reason for that is
okay.
if we ever find Flame Tongue, if you insert a fire materia into it, it makes it a 3d6. So I was trying not to... I was trying not to make it
Okay.
so ridiculously, exponentially bad when we get to the end of the game. So
I see.
it's almost. It's just 1d6 less than Flame Tongue. That's about it.
Plus, I can cast Firebolt.
Yeah, it doesn't glow, but you can cast Firebolt. So
Hell yeah.
Got you. I got you.
Thank you. Do I need to attune to this?
no, it's the weapon. It actually goes into the weapon. So it's the weapon. The weapon hasn't changed, except for the fact that it now has that materia. So there's no attunement to it. The idea being you can swap the materia out and stuff like that. So it's kind of a bonus on
Thank
top
you.
of the weapon
Wait,
itself.
so can I use Eclipse and get that bonus?
If you can use Eclipse, if you're proficient with that type of weapon.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
If
I'm
you're
about to say that's making a lot of assumptions, friend.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
as long as
The
you're proficient
Avatar
with
is
that type
about
of
to be
weapon.
real.
Ava's just gonna start stealing all your stuff. Oh, I didn't know that.
Ava's gonna start multiclassing into everything.
We just created our own little Yuffie. Ava's gonna go around stealing everyone's materia as you pick it up.
Yeah, Ava's gonna steal it all and then come back to me and be like, could you do with this? Could you do this? What do you get something?
I need it.
I have 30 individual throwing knives and I have 30 materia. Like, where did you find the knives?
And why would you put it in disposable weapons? That doesn't seem right. So yeah, I will make something in D&D Beyond. But just for tonight, know that if you do attack with anything, for whatever reason, you'd get the 1d6.
Yeah,
So, what? Anyway, what do y'all want to do?
When is the ball?
The ball is tonight, so you got a little bit of time.
at least 12 hours.
Yeah, it's probably going to be starting around. The ball probably starts around 8. Although being with the official party, probably want to head over a little bit early, and all that stuff. But so you do have a little bit of time for time purposes in the game. If there's anything you want to do, let's instead of RPing any shopping or anything or any picking up materials for you, Izzy, we can just say you did it if that's what you'd like to do.
Thank you.
But you do have time to do any of that stuff if you'd like to.
How long would you say I would have to work on spell scrolls? Or how many hours, I would say?
Well, right now it's, 7. You probably have about 12 hours. So
okay,
you got 12 hours.
I'm going to spend 6 hours working on one of them.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Specifically the one for Featherfall.
Okay.
Nozak, I'm going to do this real quick. From about... might as well just get changed and do it now. So from about now, Nozak's going to head down to the forge and do an accident report, eyewitnesses, everything, because, part of the forge fucking exploded.
Fair.
And I was also thinking about it. I have rightful termination because it's a huge OH&S safety issue. He is not my safety officer. He doesn't know anything about first aid.
Take it up in court.
Oh, mate.
That day's coming.
We got to get there first. But yeah, so he's going to go down and do accident reports. He needs to look at OH&S. He needs to make sure that everyone's ordered. What's going on, what's happening, whatever. Because he's got officers there for it. And then he's actually going to go to the royal city a little bit. Oh, the royal city, the palace earlier.
Okay.
And just have a really quick chat with Hildegard.
Okay.
About something that I just realized I didn't tell you yet.
Give me a investigation check really quick.
I like that one now.
Yeah.
I kind of like that one
now. So yeah, when you go down and you start to fill out the accident report, there's some people that don't even know what you're talking about. Some people seem to be like, what are you talking about? The area that was part of the explosion seems to be immaculate at this point.
Yeah.
Seems like it's been reconstructed already. As far as anyone can tell you, they don't know if an accident report was filed. There's, the ones that do know what you're talking about, they say, yeah, we remember, then it was closed off for, a couple weeks and then back up and running. So, but no one really seems to be able to give you many details on it.
Who organized all of that? I think that's the only question he'll ask. If anybody knows, from the ones that do. No idea.
No one seems to know. No. It's closed off. They told us, we could only certain personnel were allowed in. I don't know who that personnel was.
What did Jerry do?
Don't know.
Alright. Well, I've got to go to a ball, as I'm sure you guys have heard, with preparations from the Emperor and the Empress. I've got that tonight, but I'll be in again tomorrow to do some more stuff. Okay. So keep me updated. I'll be in town for a bit longer now.
Sure.
Because my people know me and they've been with me for generations. Also, just a little thing that I think it'd be cute. Instead, how those workplaces have however many days since the last accident? For mine on the wall, it's not days, it's how many generations have passed since the last accident, and there's a little 2 there. Yeah, it's 0 now, but there was a 2 when I left. So it's like a full like 40, 50 years since the last one.
That's impressive.
I thought it was funny. But yeah, so then
It actually still says 2.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna get somebody else to kill him because I'm not killing him yet. I could bring him back if I. Oh, I wonder if he's got my. No, anyway.
Kill him, bring him back. Kill him, bring him back.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't give me the information. Smack. Shit, hit him too hard. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to head up to the palace now, and then I'll still have time to go back to get to everybody later.
Okay.
And this will be really quick.
Well, we'll get to that in just a second. Grunther or Ava, what do you guys want to do in the time while they're... Well, Izzy's up in his room studying, and then Nozak is gone. He went to the forge to do some work.
I am personally going to go out and practice with my new toy.
Okay. Okay. You don't have to go far. You're in the Imperial District. There's training dummies somewhere where you can go to spar. But yeah, so actually, as you're on the way out the door, you hear this kind of gruff behind you. And you turn around and you see Kamari just kind of standing there, and he gets out this really long just lance and kind of slams it onto the ground. Care to... And he swirls it around over his head. Dance again.
Oh, the type of dancing I know better. But who's going to watch Queen Sara?
I'm in here. Go fuck off. Go have fun.
He just kind of gives you a look. All right. You guys go out. We're not going to do like a whole round of combat. What we are going to do, we're going to do some rollies, okay? So let's just do, you can make an attack roll, okay? We're going to do a best of 3 just to see who wins in this little skirmish. Sound all right?
Okay.
All right. Let's see what you got. Attack roll. Ooh.
Not good.
No, not good. This was a 17 on the die. So the first round, it's the same sword for you, but because of the magic kind of infusing for it, it just feels a little different, and it causes you to hesitate in places you didn't hesitate before. And Kamari, at the first one, kind of has a nice one-up on you. And you guys play basically the first one to like draw blood, not like anything horrible, but like a nick or something would be a point. As he just kind of nicks you right across the shoulder, like the arm here. You're still good. Best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
All right, let's do it again.
Oh my gosh.
Don't like this.
That's a roll off.
Yeah.
I had an 8.
He's waiting until combat. He's waiting until
Yeah, but
combat.
mine was a nat 1.
This is just straight up. So let's roll off again.
Okay.
Where's those nat 20s at, man? Oh, close.
Getting close.
25.
Yeah.
You get it now. As he comes in, you see he's going for a similar strategy as before, but you managed to easily parry this one away and managed to get him just again kind of payback right across his bicep as well. 1-to-1. He just kind of gives you a. All right, let's dance. Let's go again.
You rolled in that one.
Ooh. 18. That wins. So,
Ooh.
not like you're not killing him. But go ahead. How do you win this? How do you win this? This is best 2 out of 3. This would be your 2. So
I let him lunge at me, and what I do is spin into it and kind of put my blade right under his chin.
just a little tiny, just
Nick.
enough to just nick a little bit of blood that runs down over the side of your blade. Which, by the way, as it's kind of doing it, there's a little bit of a hiss as it kind of burns, and the wound, because you're holding it there, kind of cauterizes right away.
So cool.
Nice.
That's hot.
Well done. Kind of
Wait.
takes a step back. Well done.
I like.
Yeah. I need to give me some. Kind of looks up. Starts to look. You can tell he's like looking around for places he could maybe insert some materia. Rematch tomorrow.
Okay, after the ball.
Tonight.
After drinks.
During drinks and after drinks.
You can't hear the typing, but
Drinking
the fan fiction is literally writing itself.
Game.
Oh, fuck.
As you guys start to kind of go over how to make the drinking game, Ava, do you have anything you'd like to be doing right now?
Oh, Firion, are you still here? I have another question for you that I just thought of.
Yeah. So it takes a minute. Firion comes downstairs. He's undressed. He does still have like the undershirt on. That he's just kind of unbuttoned. Yeah. What's up?
My man, I was looking for you. Is there a banquet at this event?
Look, food? Yeah, of course.
Would it be possible for me to get access to the kitchen before food is served?
Why are you like this?
With Nozak's story of his group being poisoned.
Ooh!
Let's just say I know how some
I
of
didn't
those
even
delegates.
think of that.
I know how some of those delegates were dealt with, and they were never poisoned by Cornelia, or at least not frequently.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Does Ava know my backstory better than I do?
Ava's been
That's a
paying
natural
attention.
20!
Let's
I rolled
go!
a 1 and a natural 20.
What a
Holy
spread!
fuck.
What a spread!
Wow.
I hadn't even thought of that. Absolutely, we can definitely get you in there.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Legend.
Yes. Why didn't we should head over a little early, perhaps, and give you time to scope it out.
All right, yeah. All right, I can also check in right before it's served, and especially to you and Sarah.
That's a good idea. As soon as it coming out as possible, because it could be slipped in.
Oh, yeah.
I would hate to think that someone in the Empire is actually killing these delegates, but I don't know what else to think at this point.
Yeah, well, better safe than sorry.
Absolutely. Yes. I can get you in.
Thank you. All right, that was it.
All right. So, at this point, I know, Nozak, you've got one more conversation.
Not so good.
At this point, some hours have passed. Izzy, you've kind of come to the end of your spell scrolling.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to do before the ball?
As much as I wanted to do the full 12 hours, I realized that even most researchers don't do that much work for that long.
And then go out drinking.
Yeah, so I'm going to just keep it cute with 6 hours. And I think he is just going to go outside, probably in the backyard, and just spend time with Nubis.
Okay.
Yeah, they're having a very quiet, hushed conversation.
Okay. Anything you want to share with the class, or just?
Oh, it's mostly just
It's
mostly just Nubis trying to convince Izzy that dancing could be fun, and him literally being like, "No, thank you."
Can I roll a persuasion check for Nubis?
For the bird?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's his charisma modifier?
For an owl, let's see.
Yeah.
I was gonna look up Raven, but I forgot he's an owl current.
Just to see if this affects your opinion on dancing any.
The charisma is -2.
So it's a 13. It's a 13.
Well, he tried.
I think Owl Nubis, the only way to get Izzy to dance is if he was tricked into it, and that is very difficult to do.
Okay. So, the ball is drawing near. Nozak, you have already made your way over to the Imperial Palace. You're seeking out Hildegard, you said?
Yeah.
Give me a investigation check. As you got to go looking for her. Or perception. You can use whichever one was better for you. Perception.
Can I use perception?
Yeah, either one.
Okay, cool. Let's go!
Okay. You do manage
Nat 20!
Nat 20, total 25. Okay, you manage to hunt her down. You actually almost run across her. She's kind of running through the hall. Not running, but like walking briskly through the hallways. Oh, no, Zach. Oh, we have to walk and talk. I have a lot of things, last-minute things. Yes. What, can I help you?
Yes.
She kind of blows past you.
Yeah, walk and talk. Just quickly, there was a thing that we would have spoken about just beforehand. Do you remember in how Altair is now pretty much in rubble? One of the men that had died there that helped us out, Joseph. Do you remember him? He was part of the church.
Oh, the
name rings a bell, but the face doesn't.
Yes, I'm sorry, I do
Fair.
have a lot going on right now, but the name does sound familiar.
This will be quick. I'm gonna cash in my favor.
Okay. She kind of stops.
Joseph, I'm gonna cash in my favor. So Joseph has a daughter. Her name was Nellie. I don't feel comfortable leaving her with the church, even though that was a part of what her father did. Luca really doesn't feel comfortable because we both know the situation that has happened there. I want to cash in my favor to bring Nellie in for a royal education. I didn't do it with Luca. He was too old for it, and well, we both know what Luca's like, but Nellie is still young. Nellie? Nellie's 10.
I see. Okay.
But I don't feel comfortable with her being in the usual system. We know what that system's like. I'm still going through and investigating a lot of the allegations that has come through. But I think I'm going to end up keeping Nellie at home. I think it's going to be better. She's already become quite attached with Luca. I think it would be rude to separate the two, but I think I'm going to cash in that favor, and I think it might be the best for her. So that was all I wanted. So take your time. Obviously, we can talk more later.
Sure. Okay.
But
I don't see any problem with that. But yeah, let's work through the details later.
At another time,
please. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that all?
I'll be back in a couple. Yeah, that's all. I'll be back in a couple of hours with Firion and Sara and everyone else.
Tatara brought you the.
Yeah. The little bitch has already come. Trust me, she's there. She's done. Yeah, she'll be fine.
All right.
I wonder if she made it home. If not, oh well.
See you soon, but I do have things I have to do.
Yeah, no, it was just really quick. Sorry. Go.
Okay, and she just kind of turns and scoots on.
Yep, and Nozak's going to turn and walk home.
So, I want to dance. The evening comes. The evening comes, and you all have redressed yourselves in your attire, getting ready to leave the Holy Way estate as everyone kind of gathers in the main room. Sara comes up to you, Grunthor, and she goes, a word, if you don't mind. I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me since we met. And I got you something. And she pulls out this little brooch that looks, and she's had it fashioned to be the symbol of Cornelia. May I? And she kind of reaches for your lapel here.
I lean forward.
She reaches up and she just pins it on you. She goes, "You have been my shield since we've met, my champion. And I hope that this can be your shield for a while as well." It is a brooch of shielding that she has pinned to your lapel. As she just kind of takes a step back, she goes, "I had this fashioned from that nice little dwarvish man up in the business district. Really pleasant to work with, but I just thought, and I know it's not much, I know, but I want you to know I appreciate everything you've done. And I wouldn't..."
My queen, you did not need to, but thank you. I will always be at your beck and call.
I wouldn't be here without you. Without all of you, she says. But I truly, truly appreciate everything. She just kind of straightens it up, kind of reaches up and straightens your collar a little bit, just kind of dusts it off, just, straightening everything up. She turns around and goes back, and you see Firion just kind of holds his arm out, and she grasps onto it. "Well, shall we dance?" as she and Firion head out.
I'll lead the procession on Duchess.
Perfect.
Love that.
As you make your way
Awesome.
towards the Imperial Palace, you can see that people are already starting to gather. You can hear the music very faintly that's coming from the ballroom inside. The place has already been done up super nice. As you're approaching, you see that the banners of the Empire are in full display, but also they have the banners of Cornelia right next to them to symbolize the marriage of the two. You can hear some nice music, some rumblings, just people just excited chatter as you're walking towards the place. As you're approaching, there is a large. He's Hume, but he is really well built. As he's coming up, he goes, "Yes, just this way." He stops you. He stops you. Particular Grunthor. He goes, "All weapons need to be checked." And he looks towards the group. Over there, we take your name, we take everything. I hope you understand. We have the Emperor and the Empress in here, so we have to take all precautions we can.
I am the protector of Her Majesty, the Queen of Cornelia.
Give me a persuasion check.
Surely that could be with advantage, right? We got the Queen and Firion right there.
Sure, I'll give you advantage on that.
Well, so far it's a 17. No.
17. Okay, that was high enough. He goes, "Is that all you've got on you? The sword?"
Yes, I actually left everything else in the room.
Well, okay. Well, if you don't mind, as long as we can just do a quick search to make sure you don't have something hidden, explosives or anything like that, you can keep the sword. Fair? And they'll just give you a quick investigation check. Pretty good investigation check, but if you're telling the truth that you left most of it behind. Okay, you're fine. Keep it sheathed, please. So he just kind of waves you in. He does the same for the rest of you. Are any of you carrying any weapons? He only noticed yours, Grunther, because of the amazing scabbard. Did you say no, Izzy?
Hold on, Ava?
Izzy would only have Al-Nubis on his shoulder and his little orb that's shrunk down currently. Okay. So if they were to check him, they would probably find that because it's just in his pocket. They can make whatever guesses they want about it. He will not confirm nor deny unless someone says something.
Because it's smaller and shrunk down, they don't, when they pat you down, they don't even seem to notice it. They kind of wave you in. Ava.
Ava is absolutely going to try and hide and pocket his 2 daggers.
Okay.
Once they start searching Grunthor, and then he's going to play up the slight limp he has and claim that his quarterstaff is his walking stick.
Give me a deception check for the quarterstaff. And then, after that, I'm going to need a sleight of hand check for the daggers.
Nice.
Deception, okay, 12.
And then sleight of hand for the daggers?
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
15.
I rolled
Let's
a
see.
4.
Perception checker. That's pretty low. All right. As you're kind of walking up, doing the limp, the guy kind of looks you up and down, and then just quick for you before you can react, he just pulls out and kicks the quarterstaff out from under you. Instinctively, you kind of grab your feet. That's what I thought. That doesn't come in.
My knee. All right, here you go. I'm sorry. I had to.
He does pat you down, though, and does not notice the daggers, because I rolled a 1 on that.
Oh, yeah, and my longbow. That's pretty obvious. I'm not going to try and hide that.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of gestures, and there's what's effectively like a coat check off to the side, and he just kind of directs you over there. He says they'll take your name, and then you'll get these back. You just pick them up on your way out.
All right.
Nozak, what you got?
Yeah, I've got my mace, which is like, my symbol thingy with the church. I'm kind of hoping that maybe I can play up the holy side of things and with the forge. I don't know. Do I know this one?
You don't know this one.
Fuck yeah.
He seems new, and he seems really... He
eager to please.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hand over the mace.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, look, I'm just gonna let you know I've got my tool belt underneath it all. I work with the forge. I kind of have to keep these on me.
This is a ball. What are you expecting to fix in here?
Yes, and my name is Nozak, and I've been running the forge for 900 years. It's weird if I don't have it on me.
He turns around and kind of looks. Give me a... Oh, shit.
Great. Love that.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
You're going to have to roll really good.
Yeah, nah,
That's not
10.
it. He goes, look, I'm just doing my job. This isn't the forge. I see things there that could be... Just check it in. You'll pick it up. It stays right there. I mean, no one's going to take it.
I know it stays right there. I know the system you have in place. I fucking built it myself.
You leave the...
And he just walks over. He is pissed already.
Yeah, it was a 20. Sorry, Nozak.
Yeah, I figured.
I rolled and I was like, oh.
That's alright. Lucky I decided to change my spells before I got here.
So, with that, you all make your way in. They do ask that you leave Duchess outside. They do ask that you don't bring her in. If that's
rude.
If you're going to make us think about that, let me know. But they basically just say, you know, this is a ball. We have stables. And right over next to the check-in, there's other people who have stabled their chocobos there as well.
Then I insist that all our party's items are put in a sack and hung on the saddle bow of Duchess.
Give me...
She will watch over them.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, come on, 20.
Well, of course.
No, it's okay. You can hold on to my weapons.
5.
5.
I wish I could give you my inspiration. That's brilliant.
Man, I'm just doing my job. I just do what they tell me to do, and they say check them in. They want to keep a record of everything. I could get fired if we don't. I promise, though. They're within sight of one another.
Hang on, who's the officer in charge tonight? Sorry.
Tonight?
Yeah, like who's the one in charge of all of you guys?
James. You know James?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, just give him just give him the weapons. You're not getting him out anytime soon. Nozak is just gonna be really pissed, but he's like, I am not fighting that fight. That is a losing battle, and he just puts the mace and walks away.
I'll take Duchess over to the the closest stable to the check-in and whisper in her ear to keep an eye on our party's stuff.
Okay.
And to not let them move it outside of her sight.
Okay. She just kind of gives you
give her a nuzzle on her neck and then turn around and go back in.
Perfect. As you make your way in, the noise gets much louder as you come through, almost as if there was some kind of enchantment on the front door to kind of keep it quieter, and so that the noise doesn't spill into the streets. But the room opens up as you come into the ballroom, and it's immaculate. So think like I don't know why this is the first thing that popped in my head, but like Beauty and the Beast and the dancing scene, but with people in there. And there's people running every which way, servers and just all sorts of people in their finest attire. As you come in, Hildegard actually approaches you and says, Izzy, quick, come with me if you wanted to read at that. I got a lot of things to do. I'm glad I caught you. If you'd like to go see some of that stuff, come now, because I'm not going to have time to take you down later.
Yes, Your Majesty. And he waves to the rest of them.
She starts to walk away and turns around and says, my God, Sarah, you look amazing. And then Sarah just kind of awkwardly nods at her. And then Hildegard just looks at you as he nods and kind of goes out the ballroom and then takes a quick right. I'm assuming you're going to follow her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
That was a bit of a cool story, bro moment.
Izzy's like, nah.
Bye, Hildegard. Like, ciao.
So, what do the rest of you want to do? At this point, Firion kind of looks at you and says, we're going to go mingle. I think I'm expected to make appearances. But if you need me, we'll be around. He just kind of...
All right.
Sarah just
Yell
kind of
if you
goes
need
up with
anything.
him.
I still have my weapons. I mean... What? Have fun.
What? Oh, okay.
No, nothing. Yeah.
Sarah gives you a very sly smile as he pulls her away. So...
Well, Ava, I would be disappointed if you managed to not hide something.
Oh, absolutely.
But well done, of course. I have a few people that I need to talk to as well. So, if any shit goes down, just yell something at me, and you'll know where I am. And knows I
come up with a safe word.
I mean,
like
you
a
could just
panic
yell
word?
"fuck."
I mean, there's. All right. Yeah.
They're
that works.
royals. You think they are pompous as well?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's just a little boring. If I think of something
Yeah.
fun, I'll just listen for something crazy.
You'll
fuck.
you'll come up with something.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll come up with something.
Avatar.
As they're having this conversation, Grunthor, you feel a very, very, like a whisker kind of brush against your cheek as Kamari kind of leans down into your ear and he goes, "Drinks." Kind of nods his way over to the bar. Open bar.
Definite. Their mistake. But I will constantly have, be within eyesight of Sarah.
Okay. Izzy. The Hildegard brings you down to the private library of Emperor Mateus and herself. And she kind of opens it up, and there's a chair set up and a little table. She goes, "I wasn't sure exactly what you were looking for, so I tried to gather a couple volumes for you. But if you need anything, I have to go back up to the ball. But hopefully this will suffice for what you're looking for."
Oh, if it doesn't, I won't disturb you. I know you have a lot to look into. I will make sure the door is closed by the time I come back. I just need to do some research into a few things.
Oh, okay. Please, look, we trust you. You've done a lot for our family, so don't get me wrong, but just don't take anything. Just if you could just leave the volumes when you're done.
This might make you happy. I am the least likely to steal something in our group.
That makes me very happy. Anyway, I have to go. It's been a day. She just kind of turns on her heels and leaves. So here's what I want from you. You sent me, 3 things that you wanted to look into,
Yes.
right?
The Mother Crystal, the Nation of Bastok, and Matoya / her staff in whatever order.
Here's what I want you to do. Give me 3 investigation checks. Once you get the results, you can tell me which one you want to assign to each topic.
Ooh.
I like how Izzy says I'm the least likely to steal something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
That
true,
doesn't mean you
even knows like fair, but I'm like, Grunthor wouldn't steal anything, but Grunthor has definitely stolen Kamari's heart.
I hate it here. Yes!
18,
Sorry.
11, and 25. That's not bad.
Did you get a nat?
That's 19.
No, 19.
Ah.
I immediately 25. This is difficult because as much as Izzy would like to be selfish, I think, yeah. Okay.
Oh, those dice are nice.
I think as thank you. I picked them to match Izzy's color scheme. I think as much as Izzy wants to help Grunthor, I think in this moment he chooses to be selfish for once.
Okay.
And he's going to assign the 18. Oh yeah. He wants to be selfish for once, but then I think he nods a bit and just says, "The the mother crystal. We'll find out more information later. And he's going to assign the 25 to the Matoya stuff and the 18 to Bastek.
Okay.
And the 11 to anything about the mother crystal.
Okay. So we'll start at the bottom, work our way up. So 11, that was mother crystal, right?
Mm-hmm.
There isn't much written about the mother crystal here. What you do come across is there are mentions of it. Some of it speaks of it almost like it's one of those, can you really prove this kind of deity-like things. It seems to be the general lore around it is that it was essentially the crystal at the beginning of everything. So this would have been what birthed the other icons, the crystals themselves. But as far as a physical location, there's nothing like that there. It seems more to be almost an ideological kind of, belief system that there's not a lot of scientific study or backing behind. Now, 18 on Bastok, right? So, as you're flipping through, you, again, see absolutely nothing about Bastok. You find various tomes on the history of the Fantasia. You also find things from the Empire's perspective of, the world, maps of places they've conquered, battle plans, things like that. There is literally nothing about Bastok.
Mm.
But as you're reading about, you start to find yourself getting a headache as you're looking through some of this stuff. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
I fucking knew it. Sorry. Let's see. Intelligence save. Nice. That is a 24.
You recognize the pressure inside your head as your headache is almost splitting until you want to close the book. There might be something here, but it is guarded by heavy illusion magic. Illusion magic that's physically making you sick, making you want to turn away, shut the book, go somewhere else. You only know of one place that could have cast something like this. This is a very powerful spell. You only know of one place, maybe a handful of people that could have cast this. And you don't think that you currently have the means to overcome it.
Okay. As he thinks that he's like, now, why would a council of wizards want to hide this? And then he will close the book.
The second you close the book, your headache subsides. And you can feel your mind unfogs. Now, 24 from Matoya. There's lots on Matoya. A lot of it is... Some of it is just singing her praises about how much of a powerful sorceress she is. And then you find some others that are written more from the imperial side of things that comment on her absolute annoyance and her manipulation and her meddling of various arcane instances throughout the world. What everything does seem to agree on is that there was a time, not in the very distant past, where she basically cut herself off from the rest of the world and went full-on hermit mode. There is no reasoning. There's no understanding of why, and she's never told you why either. But one day, almost unannounced, she left. She was residing within the kingdom of Cornelia, and for the longest time she had been an ally with Cornelia, but she just up and disappeared. Now, what you also can't find is any date of which she was born. But there are records of her at least being alive for the last at least 2 emperors. Beyond that, you don't really get many hits on her, but she does seem to have somehow extended her life beyond what you would expect from a normal human. Now, as far as her staff is concerned, this was last seen with her the day that she just disappeared. The day she disappeared, most people haven't seen her, and there's no records of what she's been doing. There are occasional sightings that pop up. She was seen once in the town of Canaan, but she just kind of blew through. Seemed like she bought a couple things and left. She's popped up various places here and there since the date of her disappearance, but never staying more than even just a couple hours. But there was one, the last note of her staff was with her the day she disappeared. And it seems to be lost from time after that. And that's all you get out of these.
Perfect. I'm very happy I know how to write notes quickly.
Sorry. You can always watch this back if you need to.
That's fair. Okay.
So, all right. As you're doing that.
But, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. If you have more, go ahead for sure.
Oh, yeah. That's when he looks at Owl Nubis, who looks at him. He says, I need to learn how to say no to you. Fine. I will do one dance. One.
Yeah.
And you see Owl Nubis seems excited.
Okay. Back in the ballroom. Ava, you're kind of doing the rounds. At this point, you notice that Izzy has returned. So Izzy's kind of come through the door. He doesn't really seem to be, he kind of looks over in your direction, but then he seems to be more watching the band, just kind of standing there. He looks like he might have changed a little bit, though.
Read anything fun?
Excuse me?
You read anything fun, Izzy?
Who the hell is Izzy?
Wait, who's walking up to me? I'm sorry.
Look like Izzy. Looks exactly like Izzy. They're dressed different, though.
Oh, shit!
Oh. Wait.
Can I help you? Do I know you?
You're... Even has the same, outfit?
No, he's dressed different. That's the thing that looks... It's
okay.
They have a similar style, actually. The coloring is a little different, but the style is very similar. And their facial expression, or their facial features are also very close.
Wow, holy shit. Sorry, you look like someone you're not. Sorry to interrupt you.
And you are...
Oh, well, I'm Ava. Good to meet you.
Pleasure. Sorry, who did you think I was?
Well, typically that's where you would introduce yourself, but I thought you were someone named Izzy.
I assure you I don't know an Izzy.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But you're correct. I am Hikael. Wait. Are you talking about Isaiah?
Yeah. Wait, are you Heimdall?
No. Just kind of his eyes kind of narrow. I am... Wait. Do you know my brother? This Izzy. Is that Isaiah?
Fuck, probably. I mean, were you
Yes.
Are you the son of a very powerful person?
Of course. The Archmage.
Oh, that's a stupid question. Oh, alright. Well, alright, yeah. I wasn't sure if that was something low-key or something that you were just proud to flaunt of or something.
Absolutely not. Why do you think I'm here? I've been assisting with the Imperial investigation of the Serpent Pox. I've recently returned to town, and I heard there was a ball tonight to celebrate some kind of Imperial marriage, and I figured I would check it out.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
Is my brother here?
That depends. Does he owe you money?
He doesn't owe me money.
Alright, then yeah, he's
I'd like
here.
to know what he's been up to.
He
just
yeah,
took off.
He's off somewhere.
Just disappeared one day. He's always been a little impetuous like that.
What's that word mean?
Oh my god.
And when you say that, he just kind of looks down his nose at you. Izzy's been a bit of a child most of his life. He just never really had what it took think he got jealous and he left. Haven't heard from him since. I've been looking all over for him, though.
Oh, well, yeah, he's here. He's done pretty good for himself, too. He's working with the Queen of Cornelia and Prince Firion.
Really?
He's doing all right.
That doesn't sound like my... What did you... Izzy, is it? Maybe he's grown up a little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking badass. You'd be surprised.
We all miss him very terribly.
It sounds like it.
I would like to see him. I'm sure we could have some catching up to do.
Oh, well, yeah, when I see him, I'll let him know you're here.
Well,
wow.
Ava, was it?
That's me.
It was nice to meet you. He just kind
good to meet
of
you.
gives a little bit of a bow, always kind of keeping his eyes on you when he bows. And then he just dismissively turns and walks away. Doesn't, as you're saying, like, you too, he's gone.
My eyes have been watching that conversation like a fucking tennis match, going backwards and forwards.
That was really... Dude, that threw me off. That was fucking weird.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, what? Hang on.
That was... Ooh.
I know. When I answered, you were like, wait, what? Who's talking? I was like, it's me. Talk to me. Talk to me. With that, there is a little ching, 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 ching. And everybody just kind of quiets. You see Emperor Matthias is kind of standing at this point as he's just kind of dinging. At this point, Izzy, you actually do come back in. As you kind of hear the dinging as you kind of slip into the door. Thank you, guests, for joining us on this most amazing day as we celebrate the union of not only my son to his beautiful bride, but the union of the Empire finally to the kingdom of Cornelia. And people just start clapping, just kind of goes up around the room. I have dreamed of this day for a long time. I fought for this day, and I am so thankful that it is finally here, and even more thankful that it can bring my family and my son so much joy. Just more clapping. Hildegard is kind of standing off to the side as well. They're towards the far end of the room on kind of a raised platform. You can see that's where the imperial seats are for the Empire and the Empress. And then kind of down below and off to the side a little bit, they have like a little honeymoon table where Firion and Sara are currently sitting. And then a little bit further back is the wide open dance floor area where everyone's kind of gathered in to hear him. As he just... Nozak, yes, do you have a question?
Is Noctis with them, or is Noctis in his mood? Because, like, with the last
he's
conversation...
there. He seems to be in a mood. He's just kind of off to the side, but he's standing up there, too.
Alright. During everything else, can we put Nozak over with Noctis?
So it would be hard to get to Noctis, because he's up with the king and queen at the moment.
Okay,
so
well then just, like, down off to the side.
Sure.
Just, like, nearby. Cool.
Okay. He kind of notices you and just gives you, like, a little bit of a hand. And then, the Emperor continues. He goes, "Please, I pray you all have a wonderful night. Eat, drink. The bar is open, the music is great, and our mood is joyous." And then Hildegard kind of walks up and tugs on his shirt, and he looks over. She kind of gives him a look. He goes, "Yes, and I believe Firion, your brother, wanted to say some words to you too."
Oh, God.
Kind of looks at Hildegard and gives her this look like, this isn't a good idea.
That was what I was worried about.
And she gives him this like kind of scolding look back, like, come on, as he steps back. And Noctis steps up. "Thank you, Your Highness. Mom." He looks down at Firion. "Little brother, I know we don't always see eye to eye. And we've had our differences in the past, but this is a joyous day for you, and I'm really, really happy. Happy for you too. And he looks at Sara. You know, I never expected this, to be honest. Firion always was the kind of the quiet one. You know, he never sparred with us in the field, you know, and never would have thought him to be the one to run off in the middle of the night, come back married. Not just married, but married to a queen of Cornelia, of all places. You know, there's a time when this union would have been frowned upon or just outright dismissed. There's been, you know, years and years of bad blood between our countries. And I can't believe I'm standing here witnessing this. He turns to his father. That's your legacy. That's where you've brought the Empire, to a place to where we can stand here with the Queen of Cornelia, welcoming her into our home as not only a guest, but as a member of the family. That's your legacy, and you've passed it on to your son. That's what you've done to us. That's why I vote no confidence in our current emperor.
Yeah,
Well,
here we go. At
this point, there's some murmuring that kind of goes through the room. For too long, you have done everything you could to bring us down to their level, and now look where we are. Firion kind of stands up. What are you doing, Noctis? Nozak, at this point, you notice Nashmira,
Yep.
the grandmother, is kind of standing off to the corner. She speaks up. I second that vote. You're a disgrace, Matthias.
Yes, we love a petty bitch.
You have destroyed everything your father worked for. Noctis should be leading this emperor, not you. Matthias just stands up. What is the meaning of this? How dare you use this day to make this petty... Noctis cuts him off. This is not petty, nor is this something that I take lightly. Your time is done, old man. It's time for some change. At this point, throughout the room, the waitstaff starts throwing off different aprons and things, all of them brandishing weapons. Two of them
God
go
damn
to
it.
each of the doors and lock them closed. Matthias stands up and he goes, I will not stand for this. And Noctis says, I don't expect you to. And he pulls off a glove that he's wearing, and you see a ring that is put on his middle finger. It starts to glow. Grunthor, from next to you, you hear Kamari say, no, as he holds it out and points it
Can
at
I
the
throw
king
my dagger?
himself. Go for it. We're going to do an initiative check to see if you get there first. This is happening very fast.
I am also going to, yeah, I am also going to cast, wait, no, I wouldn't know
No,
about
Zach,
that.
you don't have time.
Fuck!
Because they know you, you're being pegged. As you start to move, you feel a dagger kind of into your side. Not stabbing you, but like just holding you there.
Keeping me there.
Ava, you get your dagger off, but give me an attack roll. That was pretty quick.
Is this at advantage? Was he by chance?
I'll give it to you at advantage.
Really quick, how far am I?
From where you just came in, you're probably about 40 feet.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So,
Can I also ask? I mean, I'm close enough. I'm good. Okay, sorry. I panicked.
you're close. Ava, that hits. It goes into his arm. as it hits, but it doesn't stop him from what he's doing. As the ring kind of starts siphoning off the life energy of the Emperor, and you can see as he's standing there, his face starts sinking into itself. 1 second. Hildegard starts screaming. As you can just see the color drain from his face and his skin become taut against his cheeks. Izzy, what are you doing? What were you saying?
Okay, I may have to make a check with this. Does Izzy know if this is a spell or not?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay, I'll take it. Listen, I'll take what I can get.
This is the rig I'm thinking of, yeah?
That is a 17.
It doesn't act exactly the same way, but it is.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's
That's
not
so cool.
You don't think that it is a spell. The item itself is definitely magic, but the magic seems to be coming from the item itself and not necessarily a spell that Noctis is casting.
Okay, cool. Are you giving me free range to do something, or are we still doing bullet time?
That would have been you trying to determine all that. That's what would have happened in this moment.
Okay, cool.
So we're doing like a loose initiative. We'll do actions as they go instead of like we're actually rolling for it. As he does that, once he finally pulls it away, the king just collapses onto the ground. Almost, it looks like emaciated and completely drained of life. He turns back towards the crowd, and he looks and he finds his brother, and he says, "I am sorry. I can't let it stand." Then he kind of looks off to the side. "Kill the queen," he says. And then you hear a crossbow bolt shoot from somewhere. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I am bolting straight to Sara.
Okay.
Where does the crossbow bolt come from?
From where you're sitting, give me a quick perception. Well, let me see what your because they are technically hidden. So
that makes sense.
Your passive perception, let me make sure. I'll roll against it.
Is 16 for Izzy.
16.
Oh yeah, my passive is 16.
You do see it. It's coming from kind of off to the side, but it looks like it's going to be hitting her almost in the side and the back right here. Grunthor, you're running. Are you doing anything in particular?
Mostly to, put my body in between all the people talking and basically shielding her.
It's difficult terrain at the moment because of all the people kind of crowded in around there.
Oh, I'm knocking people down.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Love that, honestly.
What?
9. As you're trying to push through, you get resistance. Some people fall away, but others kind of shove you back and pull out swords as trying to block your way.
Okay.
While you're thinking, Nozak, what are you doing?
With the passive perception, because obviously if Izzy was able to see it, then surely to Christ I would have known as well. Okay, if we above table or down below, I don't know how this would work. Is it aiming to where it would be like you said in the back of Sara, and they're already in the back of the room, right?
Well, so the room's kind of a circle, and at one end of the room you have here at the top you've got the stage where Noctis is. Kind of down a little bit. It's off to the side, but not like up against the wall. So they're kind of down towards. If you're looking at the circle, they're down here, and their table is like right here. So just kind of behind her, just a little bit.
Okay.
That was hard to do. Weird.
Yeah. Okay, so if I was down off to the side, and that's where Noctis would be, technically I would be considered a little bit behind them. Awesome. I am risky as hell, and I'm pretty sure I'm in range. I'm going to cast Lightning Lure on Noctis, which is going to pull him 10 feet towards me, and I'm kind of hoping that will be in range of the crossbow so he takes the hit instead.
Is that an attack roll, or is that a saving throw on his part?
It's must make a strength saving throw.
What level's the spell?
This is a cantrip.
Cantrip, okay. You cast it, and as it goes out, and right before it hits, there's a spark on the ring that just push
Was that...
Cantrips
was
has no
he...
effect on him.
Oh, yikes.
I can't use that as the higher thing. Okay. Yeah, that's all I can do at the moment for that one.
Ava,
Ah!
you feel a sharp dagger in the side of you. Someone has come up behind you, and they've put their hand around your mouth, and they lean down, and in your ear you hear a very familiar voice. You can't win this, man. You don't know what they got coming. I just found out. Play it cool. And it's Biggs that you recognize. As you recognize his voice, you look around. Memories of what he had said to you before. Big job. Something that was going to put them on the map. Something that only the highest levels of their organization knew about. You're starting to recognize people throughout the crowd. Now that their disguises are off. Biggs says in yours, I don't want to hurt you, man. I didn't sign up for this shit. This ain't a fight you can win.
Is he still covering my mouth?
Yeah, but he's let it go just a little bit.
Is it the queen?
What? What are you asking?
I'm asking him if I'm asking if they're here for the queen. If the big job he was talking about is for Sara.
We were hired for this. This help Noctis. They briefed us on it right before we got here. He didn't have the numbers because he doesn't have the military. Looks like he does now. Grunther, you were not able to get there in time, but Kamari has jumped in front, and you hear as a crossbow bolt goes right into his chest as he kind of blocks it with his body, and you hear he just starts screaming. What are you doing, Grunther?
Do I see where the crossbow bolt came from?
Give me a perception check.
That's pretty damn good.
You do. As you turn around, there's two people on you, and they were the ones that kind of blocked your path and stopped you from pushing through. But you turn around and you see the person lowering their crossbow and getting ready to put another one in.
I'm going to draw my... if I can't do this, draw my sword and loose the firebolt right at that guy.
Absolutely. Now, I will say, it will be a disadvantage because you're in melee, because it's a ranged spell attack.
Oh,
How far away?
Next to them?
How far away is
you can make it to him with
crossbowman?
Standard movement. They'll just try to swipe at you as you move through. I'm not doing standard initiative because there's so much going on, but I'm trying to give everybody a turn in order before we kind of move the action along a little bit more.
I'll take the hits.
Go for it.
I'm going straight for the crossbow guy.
19 and a 15.
The 19, I believe, will hit. Yes.
Okay.
I don't have my shield out, or I don't have the shield at all.
Okay. Yep. So I'll just roll this twice. Not bad. Ooh. Oh my god. So only one of them hit though. So 15 points of damage. As one of them
Crossbow?
No.
Wow.
One of the people that he's in melee combat with slashes.
Oh,
at him as he's
okay.
running.
Sorry, I was like, what?
But you can make it to the
I
crossbow.
need to look into this.
You can make it to the
I am
crossbow.
going to use my stone's endurance to negate some of that damage.
Okay.
1d12 plus 3.
Okay.
So 14 points of damage. How much did he do? 15?
15. So you take what, 1?
Yep.
Nice. All right. So you make it to the crossbow guy. Easy enough. I think it's time to see what this weapon can do.
Oh, I can attack?
Yeah, you can. Go for it.
Oh, sweet. I didn't think I could.
I like
We're playing
that.
fast and loose with initiative here.
Gotcha. That probably won't hit, but thank God for extra attack.
That is... Yeah, that's not high enough. AC's not super high. That
wow.
won't hit either. He sees you coming. This is a very experienced mercenary, and he just quickly dodges both of you as he's still trying to load his crossbow, but now he's contemplating going for something else. Got anything else you want to do?
I don't think I have anything for bonus. No.
Okay.
So I'm just going to basically dog him.
Okay. At this point, the room has erupted. People are running, trying to get out. They're pulling and pushing on the doors, and it's just no one's budging. Some people are getting shot or slashed down as they go for it. Nozak, from where you are, you can hear Nashmira laughing in the corner. And Noctis, his eyes catch you as he sees that you've tried to cast that cantrip. And he looks down at you, and your eyes meet for a minute. And in your head, you hear him say in his voice, "Sorry. You should have just drank the damn poison."
What a turn of events.
You know it. Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay, so it's my turn now. The guy that's got the dagger in my thing.
Yep.
Would I recognize him wearing Empire military armor or a military weapon? Or would I... Like, if I...
It doesn't look
I
familiar
wouldn't
to
know.
you. No, these are not Imperial-bound mercenaries. So it doesn't seem like any kind of Imperial weaponry that you know of. It doesn't ring familiar with something with your brand or particular style on.
Okay, I'm just gonna really quickly then just be like, I don't know who paid you and I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to recommend that we try to get the Queen out of here and I can pay you double.
Not always about the money.
I'm immediately hitting my armor and I'm summoning my Magitech, and it's going to land on top of him if he does not move. This isn't like a thing, but considering he's right underneath me, if he doesn't dodge out of the way, he's about to get crushed by a Magitech armor.
As you do that, he does. As he sees you go for it, he lets you go and kind of pushes you at the stage. So as you hit it, the armor comes out and you slam up against the stage. Izzy, do you have anything you wanted to do?
Hey, I'm sorry. My mind's moving a million miles per minute. What are the doors made out of specifically?
These doors, they're just wooden. I mean, they're thick and heavier wooden doors, but these here are just wood, just large doors.
Okay. I think, yeah, he needs to focus on... I don't know. Should he focus on Noctis or the, Noctis is who he should focus on, right? I'm asking you guys' opinion because I don't know who to choose.
I was gonna say, you look around, no one's there.
I mean, it seems like there's something a lot bigger than just us. If we're gonna kill Noctis, like, it's gonna have to be done really fucking quickly. Otherwise, we need to get people out. We need to get Thera and Firion and everybody out.
Yeah.
Also, that grandmother's about to fucking get it.
I think the biggest problem is I don't have any spells that can help with that. Like, I could use Chromatic Orb to bust the doors open.
That
but
could
then
cause a commotion, maybe?
Yeah, but then I have to break through the crowd of people. That's the biggest problem. Not only that, hitting the top of the door won't do much.
I don't know why I'm talking. I got no idea about D&D.
Listen, I don't fucking know, man. You said I'm about 40 feet from Firion?
Yeah.
I mean, from Noctis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew who you were talking about, but yeah, from Noctis, about 40 feet.
I don't know how well this is gonna work, but considering that they all seem to be able to switch to crossbows, I don't really think it really matters handling them right now. So I need Noctis to make an intelligence saving throw as your boy pulls out his string, puts them in a little diamond formation in his hands, and casts Phantasmal Force on him.
Okay, what level are you casting it at?
He's casting it at 2nd level.
Okay. The ring flashes again as the spell dissipates.
Shocked.
Did he cast a spell to dissipate it, or
No.
does it do it by
The
itself?
ring nullifies spells of certain level and lower.
We gotta go.
Oh no.
We gotta
Well-
run.
Ava, from behind you, you hear Biggs again. Come with me. I'm telling you, you can't win this. You've got no clue what's going on. You hear another
He said
voice
they're-
in your head. Ava, something's happened. Monsters from the sea. They're attacking Cornelia. I don't know what to do.
Okay, and when I asked Biggs if they're here for the Quinn, for Sarah, he said no, they're
Not
not.
specifically, no.
This is so confusing. But Nox is telling him to kill them, and they're here working with Noctis.
Noctis
Really quick.
just wants power.
Sorry.
He wants some version of the Empire that he thinks is lost, and he views the Queen as in. The deal that he cut with our group was to be the new police force, for lack of a better word.
Well, sorry, Biggs, but if you're a smart man, you'll pretend this hurts. And if I can take my turn, I'll pretend to headbutt him, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to run from him if I'm within 100 feet of Sarah.
Okay.
And Firion.
As you go to do that, he grabs your hair really quick and pulls you back, just really quick before you try to run. Wait just outside. Find him. Pushes you away. And then he...
Who did he say is outside?
Wedge. Another one that you know. And you know, and from the conversation before, that's his husband. And you've worked with Biggs and Wedge both before.
Oh, fuck.
Love this narrative you're pushing. Love that DM.
I'm glad we're all in agreement that Biggs and Wedge is queer coded as fuck. Everyone agrees with this.
Izzy,
Yes,
you noticed
thank
something really quick. But go ahead. Tell me what you're going to do.
How far am I from the nearest door?
Oh, you just came in. Like, as you came in, you're kind of standing there, so they're like 10 feet behind you. Just they had slammed it shut. So the crowd's kind of coming around you, but you're very close to the nearest exit / entrance.
And you said, and basically, if Izzy were to like push it, it would be locked.
Well, there's guards there at the moment, but otherwise, yeah.
If that's the case, Izzy will, I think he looks at the people around him. How many guards are at this current door?
Just 2 at this one.
Perfect. And I'm assuming there are more than 10 people trying to get through.
There are.
Perfect. Izzy steps back and he says very loudly, "We could take just 2 of them. Go!" And immediately he just like starts pushing the guard, trying to like get a kind of what's the thing people use to like break doors open? Battering ram. Trying to get a battering ram effect going, because these 2 people, they can kill a couple of people, but they can't take an entire crowd going up against them.
Sure. Give me a persuasion check as you try to rally the crowd.
Let's see.
I feel like the music's working pretty well. I kind of got it on random right now. But
That's a 13.
13. You get some of them, actually. Let's see. There's more than 10 people. You convince probably about 12, actually, because there's a crowd of people that kind of look at you and they go, yeah, take them! And then they start rushing, and a couple of them get cut down. But you guys manage to start beating down these 2 guards. Crossbow bolts start flying from across the room and hitting some of these people in the back. But you do manage to take out the 2 guards that are there.
Hell yeah!
That's huge.
Yeah. If the door isn't locked, you guys just hear the door slam open, and would show Izzy just very uncharacteristically, very unkemptly, like smashing the door open with his foot.
Let's see.
I'm loving this.
Oh. Grunthor. as you're still kind of battling this one guy, you feel something sharp hit you in the side of the neck, and then a warmth that just kind of spreads through your neck.
Hate that.
Give me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
That's a strong poison.
No, it's the fucking the coral things. Didn't we give the bartender some of them?
You feel your head start to spin. Woozy. You turn around, and Izzy's standing there holding you. You feel confused at first, but when you look at his face, yeah, that's Izzy. You feel comforted by this. Nozak, you see this that's happening. You feel comforted by seeing Izzy. And then they're gone. They're gone.
Oh shit! Okay.
This sorceress bitch.
Nozak, make a history check. I meant to do this a minute ago.
Yep. No, I'm using inspiration on that. Screw that shit. A 2, come on. 21.
21. The pieces are starting to kind of click into place for you, as what Noctis had said to you about the poison. It starts to click in that he's been behind some of this. But it doesn't make sense because they've been dying for 20 years, and as far as you know, no one in Cornelia has been doing that. Then the laughter of Nashmira penetrates your ears. And you realize that this is something that she, Mateus's mother, has been orchestrating for a while. This is all kind of clicking into place for you as you're starting to remember bits and pieces. But yeah.
Okay, so where is Firion and Sara? Are they like down? Are they running?
They're running.
Like,
as soon as the door went open, Kamari picks up. He still has a he still has the arrow in him. He picks Sara up, throws her over his shoulder, and starts running for the door.
Oh shoot.
Okay, so they're running for the door. Noctis is still on the stage, but obviously if
Noctis has come off the stage and he's making his way.
Okay, because I was watching when Izzy thrown, I would have seen that the other spell didn't hit, so I'm going to assume that no spells would work. If Kamari's taken those two and they've run, the doors are open, Grunthor's fucked off somewhere with Izzy, I think. Ava is doing his thing. He does creepy monk shit, he'll be fine. And you're over by the door. Okay, cool. Piecing all these pieces. This is how I work shit out in my head as well. There is some... This is some fucking...
You're in your match too,
shit.
by the way.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is... I'm going to... God, this is so bad. Okay, I'm going to use my mech and run towards the door. And then what I'm gonna do is when I get a little bit closer, I want to turn around and I'm just gonna be like, because Noctis said you should have drank the poison, and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna scream out to Nashmira, you should have stayed dead. And I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on her.
Go for it.
At a 3rd level.
Go for it.
So
yes.
I'm gonna do that. Which is a 14 to hit this frail old lady.
That is.
And I'm going to roll the damage, which is 26 damage.
Jesus.
26.
How do you do this? She's a frail old lady. She's
Yeah,
not
so what
prepared.
I'm gonna do
She's laughing
is
at this carnage around her.
So, in my DM mind, no, I'm kidding. In my mind, the way that I see it is, after screaming out, "You should have stayed dead," which implies something. Immediately, Nozak is going to, instead of using the mech, he's actually going to launch the mace into the room. It's going to stop, and the sparks are going to come out of that, and you'll see these like arrows, sort of, you know, the light beams that come out of stuff like that. You're going to see them split into the 6 different things and just immediately skewer her down the stomach, kind of like the different chakras. And as he does that, he is immediately going to limit break with Red Mage.
Oh, shit.
Because I can do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my limit break, and I'm only going to have like a couple of seconds to figure this out. I know that my friends are all behind me, so they're fine.
Almost.
And I'm going to, because I can with limit break, because you made that a little bit OP, we should probably change that a little bit.
I'm thinking about nerfing it at least down to a second level spell. So
yeah, I am going to cast. I
have some bias for Red Mage, so I was worried I made it a little too strong anyway.
Okay, I won't change my thing because obviously I've already decided to do it. But where's Hildegard?
You lost track of her once Matthias went down.
Okay, so
she screamed.
I don't know
and then
where she is.
The crowd just like went nuts.
Barreled.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I know all my friends are behind me. I know Sarah and all that's behind me. I am going to use my limit break and cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure that my party, Firion, Kimari, Sara, and Hildegard, wherever she is, isn't affected by Spirit Guardians.
As you do that, you hear as she's dying, just long live the Empire.
I should have killed you 40 years ago when I had the chance.
Coughing up blood. What you see, your Spirit Guardians come out, and they're circling around you. As you see, Firion is not. He is still kind of back where he was. Kimari took off. Firion has not escaped. You see Kimari running towards you.
Period. If you don't fucking run.
And then you see the skin on Kamari's face start to drain and pull back alongside him. As he starts tripping, from behind him, not in the range, you see Noctis with the ring out, draining the life out of Kimari. As he comes up to you, he just places Sara in your hands and he says, "Run!" And you can see just as it starts to, the life draining out of him as Noctis continues to pull.
Wait, who did he give Sara to?
Nozak.
Me in the mech.
Oh,
Run!
You in your mech for a second.
Yeah, immediately, even with the... I mean, I've already ran, so I can't really do much else, but I suppose we're not in initiative.
Yeah.
Nozak is going to move out of the way. Sarah's been put in there. He's going to put some buttons, and the mech is going to start running. Nozak's now on the floor.
Okay. You staying behind?
I still have Spirit Guardians. Sarah's a priority at the moment.
Okay.
I'm going to start running using my bunny hop to move.
I mean, you could stay in the mech and run with it. Unless you just want to get out.
No, I know where the mech is going, and I've hit the buttons, it's running.
Okay.
So I'm chasing after... I want Firion! Damn it!
There is... Noctis is
what?
between you and Firion. Firion is...
Yeah.
He's not been able to get there. Give me a... your passive perception, okay? Give me an insight check.
Insight... Is Noctis gonna kill Firion? 19.
19. Noctis lowers his hand as Kimari... you can see Kamari's lifeless form lying in front of you now. Sorry it had to come to this. You're part of the Empire. There may still be a place for you here. I'm working on things. We don't have to be enemies, Nozak.
I'm going to stand up in my glorious outfit. My hat is gone, which sucks. I really like the hat. I'm going to stand up straight, and I'm going to look Noctis in the eye, and I'm going to say, we could have done that earlier. I feel like if you'd let me know, we could have done that earlier. The only difference now is, you don't have any weaponry. You don't have any Empire armor.
Who needs that? I'm building my own weapon.
God damn it.
The Empire will be the strongest, most feared entity on this planet.
We were!
Not like this. The icons themselves will bow before us.
Well, Nozak's gonna look at Firion and just hope that he understands the meaning behind my words if he's looking at me.
Okay.
And Nozak's just gonna be like, well, good luck finding the last 3 because we already have 1, and he's gonna sprint.
Okay. Sprint away. That was a great... Listen to that music. That music timed perfectly.
Oh my god!
Wait, where's Ava?
As you sprint away. Ava, you made for the door, right? I'm assuming that's what you said you were doing, right?
Oh, fuck no. Right as soon as I broke away from Biggs,
Okay.
I'm running towards Firion to get within 60 feet of him.
Go for it.
And I'm going to use my limit break so he can dash as a bonus action.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to help him at all.
Give me... Let's do... You won't have any trouble, because you can monk shit the hell out of this. I'm going to roll for him. Just a straight dexterity check to see if he can get around Noctis.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was a 3. As you start dashing for the door...
Shaking.
You're gone now. As you start dashing for the door, Firion's running behind you, but Noctis holds his arm out and stops him. And you stop at the door and turn around, and you see him standing there. They're not one of us, brother. Let them go. Noctis just looks at you, Ava. Just stares you down.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Firion said he's not one of us. Let him go.
Yeah. No,
said
Noctis
that
said
to
that to him. Noctis said that to him. Firion just kind of looks at you. Go. Go.
We'll go.
Okay. I think that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
So we're just going to draw the fact that Grunthor just got snatched?
So, for a reason. Okay.
Oh.
Announcement time. So,
Someone's 50,000 gil richer.
our friend Grunthor will be absent for just a couple weeks, right? But whenever you're ready to come back, I actually think it would be a good idea for me and you to do a solo episode, the little side fencer that is going on here. And I also am assuming your friends might try to get you back. So we will be...
Nah, fuck him.
We will be... so our friend Grunthor will be away for a little bit. But we do have a guest that's going to be coming in to join us for, short term or long term. We'll see how it goes. But we will have a guest, so we should still have 4 players. And then possibly 5 when Grunthor comes back. And this officially marks the conclusion of the Imperial arc number 2 of Kupo Quest.
Oh my god.
I'm so tired.
I'm so
Oh my god.
You know what the worst part is? Immediately I was like, okay, Izzy's going to get to make a nice little insight check to see who's looking at him. He'll be able to dance and have a good time for once.
I'm sorry. Like I was looking because we had all the jokes about dancing, and I was like, I had my notes, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna go off the rails. And then I was like, okay, well, they can have some fun before shit goes down.
We can have some fun.
But then, like just because of the time and some of the stuff we did before, I'm like, we got to get to it. So, yes, Grunthor, we will find out what's going on with you whenever you're back. I think maybe even if it's a shorter one, just like a solo session or something to fill in the background, or then whenever they catch up to where you are. I would like to point out, Nozak, you did see Izzy take Grunthor. So you at least have a lead. You're not completely blanked on what's going on. So
Did I see Kyle take Grunthor?
You did not, because he just has crazy passive perception because he's a cleric.
What you did kind of see was me agree with Noctis for a little bit there, so that's going to start some shit between us later.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Anyway, there you go.
Oh my god!
Surprise? I'm sorry.
Wow.
I mean, I love you, Wolf. I mean this with the utmost respect. You're one of my favorite DMs I've had, and I respect you as a person. I've loved every second.
Oh, there! I feel a butt coming. I feel a butt. Yeah. So, yeah.
Did I not say that something was going to go down at the ball?
You did, and you said it earlier, and I'm like, they're on to me.
I feel like we all kind of had the idea. It's the perfect place to do something like
I thought
that.
it was just going to be something more subtle. I thought it was just going to be poison.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck you, Wolf. I got poison detection.
I tried to drop some hints, but no one really went down the rabbit hole. So, like Ava, I kind of signaled that there was something. Nozak, there was a little bit more to the explosion. I tried to drop some other hints, and I was like, oh, and Nozak, you never once insight check knocked us the entire time you were with him.
You want to know what the worst part is? I literally, when he was having his little speech moment, I was literally just like, I want to insight check him because this could be a double-edged sword, but Izzy would not have done that.
Yep. And Grunthor, I thought you were going to limit break when they shot at the queen. That's what I was expecting you to do. Move.
I thought I had a distance thing.
Yeah, I think it's 30, but you said you were close to her, so I was kind of expecting you, but hindsight. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll just say I'm sorry.
Hate it here.
It's fine.
I'm gonna have to watch this again later just to understand what went down.
Oh yeah.
Can we have a watch party sometime?
We should. So yes, we will be starting our third arc. So this kind of brings together the Imperial. What I will tell you, just kind of out of RP, what you will find out when you get back out into the city is that Nozak, your assets have been frozen, and your house has been taken.
Oh, shit,
when you get outside, I'll go ahead and tell you this just because of how we probably need to move next episode. When you get outside, you find Duchess is already settled up and ready to go, and which Wedge has done. And I'll run into it. I'll give it a little bit more in depth. This was planned, and you were in the way. So they raided your house during the party. The kids got away. But
there's no way Luca would have been caught.
The only thing that saved Beryl was you inviting him to the ball. So
I saved him.
Yeah. So I didn't mention he was there, but that's the only thing that saved him. Because if he'd been there, he would have probably died protecting the kids. God. So bad news bears.
Okay.
So we'll pick up there next time.
No, I've got stuff. My assets may be frozen, but I'm good. I got plans. We'll talk.
We'll see.
We'll talk.
Anyway, that's where we'll pick up, and we'll see. And then, look forward to meeting and introducing a new player next time. And then, Grunthor, we hope you have a fast recovery and you're back with us as soon as possible so we can figure out what's going on with you. Until next time, everybody.
Oh my
Lally
God.
ho, friends.